Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. I would like to ask you a few questions before moving to this video. Have you ever taken part in a sports event? Surely you can recall the excitement during such competitions. Do you remember the efforts you had put in the preparation? Didn't you want to win the medal? To experience such experience, let's read a famous poem titled Nine Gold Medals by David Roth. Let's know about the author, about the poet. David Lee Roth is an American rock vocalist, musician, songwriter, actor, author, and former radio personality. He's best known as the original and current lead singer of hard rock band Van Halen. He's a successful solo artist, releasing numerous RIA certified gold and platinum albums. In 2012, Ruth, Roth and Van Halen released the comeback album titled A Different Kind of Truth. In 2007, he was inducted into the Rock and Rock Hall of Fame as a member of Van Halen. His autobiography is titled Crazy from the Heat. So that's a brief intro about David Roth. Now, what is this poem? This poem is written by Nine Gold Medals. Poem written by the American rock vocalist David Roth. It's a song that inspires human compassion and cooperation. The poem is based on a real incident where two athletes helped the fellow athletes who had fallen down. The poem celebrates the spirit of care and compassion. It draws our attention to the human quality of selflessness and conveys the message of cooperation and collaboration. Now, let's discuss the poem in detail. Stanza 1. The poet says, the athletes had come from all over the country to run for the gold, for the silver, and bronze. Many weeks and months of training, all coming down to these games. In stanza 2, he says, the spectators gathered around the old field to cheer on all the young women and men. The final event of the day was approaching. Excitement grew high to begin. Now, have you heard the term Olympics? Well, Olympics are held once every 4 years. Athletes from all over the world train hard to participate in this event. Winning a medal in the Olympics is the ultimate goal of every athlete of the world. However, the setting of the scene of this poem is that of Spatial Olympics. Spatial Olympics. Now, have you ever heard the term Spatial Olympics? In these Olympics, differently abled persons who have some problems or a problem in a particular part of the body, they participate in various sports events for the physically disabled or differently abled persons. Such Olympics are called Special Olympics. Now, in this poem, when you go through the previous two stanzas, we find that the contestants put in a lot of preparation and practice, and everyone hopes to win a medal. The spectators are as excited as the contestants. They cheer and encourage the contestants. So these two stanzas help to create the setting of the poem. Now let's go through the stanza 3. The blocks are all lined up for those who would use them. The 100-yard dash and the race to be run. These were nine resolved athletes in back of the starting line. These were nine resolved athletes in the back of the starting line, poised for the sound of the gun. Stanza 4, the poet says, the signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners all charging ahead. But the smallest among them, he stumbled and staggered and fell to the asphalt instead. He gave out a cry in frustration and anguish. His dreams and his efforts all dashed in the dirt. But as sure as I am standing here telling this story, the same goes for what next occurred. So, all of the events in Olympics, the 100-meter race is the most prestigious. The athlete who wins it is remembered as the fastest man in the world. So, for Spatial Olympics mentioned in the poem, this is the final event, hence the most prestigious, very prestigious event. The 100-yard race is about to begin. The athletes take position at the starting blocks. They begin to run immediately after the starting pistol is fired. However, one of them is unable to run and falls on the track. The action has begun and already one episode has taken place. Notice how 8 contestants are strong and run forward, while the ninth, who is the smallest, falls down. He cries out with the pain of disappointment. He has trained hard but does not get the opportunity to show his talent. All his dreams of winning the medal are broken and destroyed. Let us see what happens next. In the stanza 6, the poet further says, the 8 other runners pulled up on their heels, the one who had trained for so long to compete. One by one, they all turned around and went back to help him and brought the young boy to his feet. Then all the 9 runners joined hands and continued. The 100-yard dash now reduced to a walk, and a banner above that said, Spatial Olympics could not could not have been more on the mark. That's how the race ended with 9 gold medals. They came to finish line holding hands still and a standing ovation, and 9 beaming faces said more than these words ever will. So something unexpected happened at the beginning of the race. Now let us see how many contestants finally ran the race. The explanation below might be very much helpful to you, but I have explained down. When the remaining 8 contestants saw him fall, they insisted of continuing the race. They came to help of the fellow contestant. All the athletes had dreamt of winning the medal. However, they readily forgot the dream and came forward to help the boy to his feet. Then all the 9 contestants, they walked hand in hand to finish the line. The audience was so moved by the exemplary behavior of the contestants, that is that it stood up and clapped, and they got the standing ovation. There were now 9 winners instead of one, and each was given a gold medal. All the contestants displayed empathy, turning the Spatial Olympics into a really special one. Have you ever heard the word empathy? Empathy is the capacity to understand another person's experience from his point of view. Simply stated, empathy is the ability to put oneself in another's shoes. That is exactly what the 8 contestants had done. One look at the fallen contestant had forced them to think, what would I have felt if I had fallen? And they knew exactly what they had done, what they had to do. By awarding 9 gold medals to all 9 contestants, the authorities honored the display of empathy, helpful nature, and human values. So, to conclude, sports is not only about winning medals, they're also about learning the values of cooperation, sharing, competing, and complementing. In this poem, 9 gold medals, the poet David Roth has presented the idea of empathy and how human values are as important as a spirit of competition. The poem presents the situation of a race where the contestants leave aside their desire to win the medal to help a smaller and weaker contestant. They all go hand in hand to the finishing line. So, what have we learned from this poem? In order to enhance the quality of a life, we need to develop empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and accept others who are different from us. It helps it helps us to appreciate what the other person is going through and to offer emotional support at the time of need. Empathy works wonders when applied to relationships, our family, our friends, our colleagues. It encourages positive behavior towards people who are in need. Not only does empathy help us to resolve conflicts, but it also enables us to find solutions to problems. In the process, we end up making decisions to benefit us without hurting others. The poem Nine Gold Medals also shows that empathetic behavior is applauded by all. Dear friends, thank you so much for listening to me. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.